All right. There he is. Good to see you.
Great to be seen. Great to see you.
Likewise.
Hello, I was
Oh, here
opening.
we go. Here
There
we
we
go.
go. Hey, Jerome.
Hey there.
Yes, I want to be in Africa right now. So,
Oh, yeah, we doing it.
huh? Yeah,
We, I
I'm
say
coming
we're
to
doing
Africa.
it.
Jerome, you going to Africa?
Well,
Oh
come
man.
on. Come on.
Let's
It's
do
We
already,
it.
got
it's already in the works. It must be in the works.
we got the caravan going. Come on.
Yeah, really, really. Let's go there. Who else want to go to Africa? I'm gonna start promoting Africa.
Right, right.
Mhm.
This is it.
We have a few questions, but Jerome, do you have any questions?
Yes, I did bring a few along just in case, and one of them was making a plan. So Ellie Tom, you would tell us during a lot of retreats that one of the greatest things about being a human being and having consciousness in this form is
Right.
that we can make a plan, you know, we,
Exactly.
we can make a plan. So I've seen some pictures of yours lately where you're putting up, okay, I'm trekking, we're trekking Africa with Beata and Chris. We're making a plan. Today we're
Mhm.
making a plan. We're making a plan. So what sort of plans have you had to make in preparation for your journey? And how do you kind of parallel that or pair that with the pranic process in making a plan?
Oh, man, this is good. Now, here we go. The ability to make a plan. That's one of the human beings' greatest, how should we say, gifts, if we was to use that word. Because we have projectile thinking where you can plan. And see, this is what makes us different than other animals. Like a bear has a instinctual consciousness. So every winter time, the bear is going to hibernate. Now, we as humans, yeah, you can hibernate too during winter. You know, saying I'm going to stay in. But one winter could come along and you say, I'm going to move to the south where it's hot, or I'm going to go out more in winter and do what we call winter sports. So you see how our mind is not trapped in instinctual consciousness. We have aware consciousness. So as we're making a plan daily on our journey, and we know every day is different, so you live in two gateways open as the day goes. But also, we also know we're in alignment. So everything that comes our way, we know it's always for our good also on the direction we're taking. Always at the right time because you want to be in alignment. I remember one time, this is still on the same subject. I remember back in the day, it's easy to say, I'm in alignment. What would that mean or what would that do? So I remember one time I had this project and I asked this friend of mine, hey, let me borrow some money so I could get this project together. And you know what they said to me? They say, oh, I don't loan nobody money, Ellie Tom. You're my friend and all. I show people how to get in alignment because if you are in alignment, you should manifest the things that you need. Now, you know what I said to him? Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. We can say it, but you got to really realize this. So when we making a plan, our number one plan is what? When we get up in the morning is to make sure you align. And what does that mean? Well, this is why I teach Qigong to everybody. That's one of the fastest meditations that will align the body and the mind the quickest up with the universal forces. Put it to the test and see.
Yeah, that's my breakfast.
So that's the number one plan or the alignment. First, we get lining up with the light. And then the thing about it, when you're in that meditation, new ideas and thoughts come up into play or which route to take. Because this air that we're in, now a lot of people don't see this, but it's an aware consciousness. It has all information in it. And then the group I'm with, guess what? Somebody will say something you was already thinking. Somebody else will come up and say something. We're all in alignment, so it always goes the right direction. Why wouldn't it? You're the universe.
Yeah, I
This
love
is
that.
how we talking and living it. Oh, man. And it all lines up.
It is all connected.
So when you say, how did that relate to the pranic journey? There ain't no separation from the pranic journey in everyday living. See, a person who's living the journey is just aware that the journey exists. But even a person who's not aware of the journey is still working with energy, and they are a good energy worker. I sit there and talk to people all the time and watch how they manifesting right in my face, because the universe is user friendly. Everybody's creating their reality.
True.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's wild, ain't it?
Yes.
Yes,
That's the truth.
indeed.
That's the truth.
Indeed.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If we were
Yeah.
aware of it, we'll create magical stuff, right?
That's what the breath air knowledge is doing. The breath air is a person who's just aware that they're creating their reality. So now you can take part in it. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that other person, they still doing the same. Because when I look back even on my past, see, now check this out what I'm about to say. You were still aware of it. See, nobody gets away. Even before I learned about the breath air knowledge, what I created in the past, I was still aware of what I was creating. You're getting just what you want.
Yeah.
That's wild, ain't it? It's just that right now I done grew up to admit it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you think we create our sufferings, more than our happiness?
Well, first of all, that goes in two different phases. See, we've been in, how should we say, stress so much, we got addicted to stress. Because stress makes you feel that you're alive, you're connected. That's how we equate it. Or did I say this? That's why when you're first coming into the journey, you keep going through this phase where you keep stressing yourself out again purposely because you don't know what it feels like to hold on to the light that long.
Yeah.
That's why you'll go gradually or slowly. It's sort of like riding a surfboard. When you first start riding a surfboard, you only can stay on a few seconds, but you keep practicing. You can stay on longer. Practicing, you can stay on longer. See, this is the thing about it too. When you're growing in the journey, that's why everybody got to grow. Your body can't hold on to the light that long at first. That's why don't beat up on yourself. See, even when you do go eat something, nature made you do that. So you won't kill yourself. Oh, did I say this? You can't handle all this power. It's too much power. What make you think you can handle all this power? You ain't even born yet. Did we say that's why the scripture said you got to be born again? It ain't no put down. Everybody got to go learn.
Yeah.
That's
Eliton,
what
you
it
said
is.
holding the light. You said, Eliton, you said holding the light.
Right.
Do you think like is it about holding a light, or is it about accepting their darkness and light is not separated?
Well, here we go when we mean by holding the light.
Okay.
Let's break it down in basics. It's sort of like when you're in a yoga position. All right? And you want to give yourself enough stress where you give yourself enough exercise, to go into it. And if you don't give yourself enough push, you're not going to grow. That's part of the growing experience. But as you get more flexible into that position, then how long can you hold that position? Usually when a person moves in meditation, you move because you was uncomfortable. So that's the revelation that a blockage is still there, and it's okay. So that's why you stay constant and consistent until you can hold that position longer and longer. They usually say when you can hold a position for 2 to 2.5 hours, you mastered that position.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is a yoga position? Does that mean putting a leg up over your head? It could be just sitting in a chair. Now, look at your position, how you're sitting right now without moving. You're in that position. There we go. You're in that position because subconsciously, that's the best position for you to be in that you feel that makes you comfortable. The next position you move, and the only reason you're going to move, because you feel uncomfortable in that position you're in now. So what happens is, the reason why you're feeling uncomfortable, there's cosmic energy constantly coming through the body. But when it cannot come through unhindered without a blockage, that just means a blockage is being revealed. That's what it means we got to grow. Am I saying this right? So that's what it means you can hold more light into the body. Okay. It's sort of like a filament of a light bulb. Some light bulbs conduct more electricity than others. Do we get this? Now, everybody is conducting electricity. Everybody glows. But you want to start working out the vessel so it can hold more light. See, the belief system, don't get caught in so much of that. See, the belief system is by you doing the practice. Didn't we say this? See, this is going to get to a point That is a contradictory. The universe don't care how you think or what you believe in. It's actually the how should we say, how you program the vessel. It's the program that's coming out of it. You know how they say your subconscious create 95% of your reality?
Mm-hmm.
Now the subconscious is your body. So that program of eating is already in the body because you habitually did it for decades. So you can sit there and play with your thought process all day long, talk about, well, I believe I was supposed to die. I don't believe it. The program that's in the body is going to override.
Yeah.
That's why you got to physically get on, you know, not be lazy. Stop putting on procrastination and start running energy through that physical body. That shows your belief by doing it.
Yeah.
You can talk to you blue in the face. Oh, did we say this? Which most people do, but we want to see the power.
Yeah.
Ain't that what the ancients how you used to do in the Shaolin Temple? You can talk about your technique being anything you want to, but when you get it out there on the floor, we want to see what type of power coming from it. And the only way you're going to get that power is through work. Energy loves to work. Now, I know we got in our phase that you ain't got to do nothing and you ain't got to work. You see that contradiction? But that was given us to us by the system. Now, if you're going to transform the vehicle, you got to work out a new habit, a new lifestyle, in a new state of being in order to transform yourself. What we're doing is we're extracting spirit from matter, energy from matter. You're taking physical matter to transform it to get the best quality energy out of it as possible. That's work.
Well, you said the universe do not care about your beliefs.
Right.
Isn't the beliefs something that we are, the energy that we are radiating out? Like, let's say, like, if I have a strong belief, I will just become that belief on the outside as well.
All right, see, that word belief is messing everybody up. I just had a conversation with some group until we had to get over it. Because right now we do got a lot of speakers talking about, you know, manifesting stuff, because that's where everybody at with materialism. And if you believe it, you can do it. But notice that 99.9% of the people, they believe it, but they ain't manifesting it because it don't have nothing to do with that. That's just half of the story. Again, your belief, you are what you practice. That's your belief.
Okay, I see that one. I see that one actually, because you can't just believe and then it becomes in the sense. Okay.
And people bring that into the breath area knowledge thinking that's going to work. It is not going to work.
Yeah, I see what you mean, because, you know, I wrote something about it yesterday, I think, actually, the other day, about gratitude. Because when I'm thankful and I'm thanking the universe, I don't tell myself, hey, Kamilla, just go and say, thank you, universe. It just comes out of within me. You know, it's something that comes from deep within. And I feel like, you know, returning that gratitude. So I feel like is a manifestation in a sense, like,
well,
from deep. But if I just went out and said, hey, universe, thank you for giving me this, it's just shallow. It just doesn't work.
Well, check this out. When you look at the definition of gratitude, in order to be grateful, that means you had to receive something first. Listen at this now. You had to receive it. That's why meditation is the foundation again, because you are in a receptive state. Now, and that's a blessing in a way if you can receive to feel that way. See, a person who don't have gratitude, they just didn't feel that. They weren't receptive to feel that. And then when you feel that gratitude, right, so that's why that's a big thing. But that usually comes with a cultivated lifestyle again.
Yeah.
Oh, did we say this? So, of course, you just don't go out there and say, today I'm just going to be grateful, and you can't feel nothing. No, you are feeling something. That's why you feel that way.
And it's when the universe gives me challenges, actually, I find myself to be grateful. And it's just, you know, it's like I'm more alive. I know that the universe, you know, you give me this challenge, but I know you got my back, you know?
Right.
And every challenge has its solution, right? So that's when I always feel like, thank you, you know? We're doing it together, kind of.
Actually, and what gratefulness does, it makes you want to what? Give that gratefulness to somebody else, to be nice to somebody else. It's an automatic, but to be able to feel it and receive it. And one time I did a teaching where I said, gratefulness is actually the foundation of the breath, theory, and knowledge. Because you got to receive something. You know, like how we say not eating. But you are eating something. You are eating just more subtle forces of energy instead of denser forces of energy. See, the problem was people tried to cut off the denser forces of energy and never really fully hooked up with the subtle forces of energy. How's that going to work? That means you ain't got no energy coming in. So you're going to lose weight, you're going to die. That's what started out that conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to connect with those subtle forces till your body can pick up more and more, like you opening up a river. Oh, are we saying this? Now, I just did a talk on Facebook Live talking about bioenergetics. Bioenergetics is in the scientific field right now. Bio just means life, and energetics mean energy. If you want to see the fullness of the breath theory and knowledge, go look up bioenergetic therapy. It's just a different word. It ain't like the system don't know you are the system. It's just that people got to take the time out and want that kind of lifestyle, want to receive that type of lifestyle. That's just what it is. You make yourself sick.
We do.
Through habits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even mentally sick and physically sick, we are in charge of it on our own, actually. I believe that.
Now, this is where it gets good. Here we go. Since you want to know about the mental game. Now, when you deal with bioenergetics, it does tell you bioenergetic exercises that are physical that will help clean the vessel. And we do know if the vessel get in tune and aligned, it will change the thought process. However, only to a degree. Because there's some traumas in the past or even from ancestral traumas that is going through our matrix, that the feeling of the experience is still there that makes you feel uncomfortable, so it's harder to get rid of, and you must approach it on a psychological level. Or did we say this? And that brings more light into the body because the blockage is still there. So that's why you couldn't just fast your way in, because there's other blockages there that will require your psychological attention. That's why emotional healing is different than physical healing.
Okay. So when you say also, like, you know, the subconscious, we operate on, you know, 90% of the subconscious mind. Do you believe that the subconscious mind is all the programs and ancestral programs, everything, it's in there? You know,
absolutely. You got your great-great-grandmama's nose on right now. That's the program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything you got is a passed over from information from your ancestors and so forth. And collectively as humanity, we're all connected. You know what I mean? That's just all the collection of information.
Yeah. So we are like a walking information.
Yeah.
On us, yeah.
Absolutely. And some things became dormant due to atmospheric social settings, how you were born, in society. Some things were dormant and never woke up. You're trying to activate them. And some things you're trying to redirect them, get rid of them, or transmute the energy so you can use it differently. Yeah. You're like a biocomputer, literally.
Yes, that's how I understand it, actually.
So the program is there. Everybody's under a program. Oh, this is good, Ed.
Yes.
But
every little piece of your body is a program, you know.
Has information in it.
Yeah. It is information. It's holding information.
In the breath theory and knowledge, or just let's say meditation. If we said hold in that position. See, if you hold a position long enough, and the reason why a person don't like holding it is because energy loves to move, and the blockages of energy that's in the body will sooner or later start moving upwards to your awareness or attention. You know, to say, deal with this. Yeah. It'll come to you, it ain't hit. But you got one or two choices. You can deal with it right then, and it might take more than one session, or you can say, not right now, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
So you go eat another sandwich to go put it back down.
we push it on the side. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting because earlier, just like you were talking about how we're able to make a plan and how no matter what happens, it's, you know, we're always in alignment. And I remember just now when Nabiha was saying that you were grateful for challenges, that you've had gratitude for different challenges. There was an altercation that you had during your journey you know, where you, Chris, and Beata had to deal with a situation that most likely you hadn't planned for. So how
Right.
do you feel like that altercation was still in alignment? And how would you say you were grateful for that challenge?
Oh, because we do realize we did create it. Uh-oh. Did we say this? But we took full responsibility for it. We did create it and learned a lot out of it. All made it through, smiling. We created it. Oh, man. Should I say that? Now, some people caught on more to it than others, you know, once you go through something like that. But you know how they say everything that happens for a reason. You know, we talk on those levels, but we've been in the game long enough. All we had to do was analyze. Now, how did we create this? And me, I have fun, actually. We did. But when you start admitting it, that was some adventure. We called it, didn't we? We brought it straight out the woodwork. We created it. And then you start noticing that the people that was in it involved on the other side wasn't on the other side, because it makes you challenge your belief system again. That wasn't nothing but you.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're creating everything, Jerome.
Everything.
Everything.
So
It's like,
how would you?
did I create this? I asked my question that I asked
Right.
myself that too.
How was we supposed to answer it? Right.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to say? That wasn't supposed to happen, or we did something wrong. We ain't
Well,
do
why
nothing
did it
wrong.
happen to me? You know,
Right. We did it. Absolutely.
it is what it is.
It
You
is
know?
what it is.
Yes.
And we smiling, doing good, everybody laughing. Look what we did. I was
Yeah.
fighting myself.
Yeah.
Swinging. Right.
You said you were fighting yourself.
I was fighting myself. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's wild, ain't it? Oh, man. And you felt it. See, it ain't like we just talking about it now. That night that's what's happening. I've been living on the journey so long. I say, here I go fighting myself. That's what you was doing.
But Jerome, it's the same thing. If you did something good, you don't question yourself.
You don't.
You don't.
We don't even. So why we gonna question the other thing we thought was bad?
Exactly. It's like you shouldn't. It's just, it is what it is.
See,
You know?
we must work on all situations and belief systems till you stay into the unity frequency till you know. Other than that, there'll still be that contradiction there. We only accept things that goes good, but things that we say negative, we don't want to accept it. And then you start saying, did I do something wrong? Did I have it? Was I not in alignment? You know, you start, but no, you were. It don't matter. That's the cards that was played.
Yeah. It was part of it.
You played them. Yeah, you played them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
man.
when you said the unity frequency, I recall when you were saying that you felt like you came in contact when you saw him. You saw your brother, you saw your friend, you saw
Right.
Yeah.
All of that. Right there on contact. And I didn't even know how strong my energy was. That's why we did it. I didn't know I could throw it out like that. No, let me quit. I didn't know all the Qigong paid off like that. Right. You did it. That's wild, ain't it? I said, man, we got a lot more power than we thought we had.
Yeah.
Made you
Limit
grow.
ourselves, don't we?
Limit ourselves.
We are the only one that limit ourselves. And trust me, like when we limit ourselves, the limit would happen. You know?
Right.
It would happen.
So much came out of that. Didn't even know how powerful. And another thing I thought, you know how we talk about the breath? So you know when you're throwing down, you know you're going to be breathing, right? So I'm sitting up there. Now there was a time you'll be breathing and you know your side might start hurting or you'd breathe but you lost your breath or whatever. I felt my lungs expanding and I wasn't exhausted. The breath was going all throughout the body. They was exhausted. That's wild, ain't it? I said, man, I thought I was supposed to be tired. You seen where your breath was at. And after a while, they fatigued and tired. They got to give up and quit. And you sitting up there still breathing.
Is it because you are aware of your breath and they are not?
I'm a practitioner. It's more than just being aware. You live it, you practice it. You should be able to have more breath. See where I'm getting at? You doing it. All that practice paid off. All through the body is ringing, it's all this stuff.
Right.
You can
Absolutely.
breathe, you can think, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't even know how strong you were.
Right.
Wow.
Because you had a post you just put up, I saw that, you know, we've heard the saying, I think, therefore I am. We've heard that.
Yeah.
But you said, I breathe, therefore I am.
I breathe, and therefore, because that's good, ain't it? The breath, and I just did a teaching on that. That's God's breath. That's what gives you life. That's what gives you your consciousnness. So where do you think the shots is coming from? Is it really your thoughts? See, we get deeper when you be in the game after a while. You just accepting everything that comes your way. The breath is all around you. It just ain't your lungs or your nose or your mouth. It's all in the air itself. It's conscious. That's why you create your reality. This is your mind. We're in our mind right now. We ain't in Africa. We're in our mind.
I believe that too. When I was a kid, I used to say that our breath is God. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
I used to say our breath is God because it's with me everywhere, you know, and it's the only thing that would take my life, you know, like if I don't breathe anymore, I'm dead, right?
Your breath is God.
The breath is God.
So
Because it's
the breath of
everywhere.
your journey, that means everything. That means everything. That's God's breath.
Yeah.
So you just keep breathing and let it expand. And I don't even mean breath work. What is breath work? You breathe every day. Enjoy this breath.
Yeah.
Breathe. Well, I be doing Qigong now, all through it. I be like, breathe. Breathe. Right. Breathe all through the body, the feet, the hands. That's God's breath. That's what's animating you. And that's consciousness. You work with it till you get so used to it, it's just you. It's everywhere. Everywhere I've been. That's wild.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
And when
it's
not there, you're not there.
You're not there.
No.
So that's why man's higher consciousness, he basically said you'll be animating your body with your consciousness. Now we use that word consciousness, but consciousness and breath is one and the same.
Yeah.
They're inseparable. They're inseparable. So when I said that's God's breath and I'm sitting here breathing, well, I'm God then.
If you're not breathing, you can't be conscious.
You can't be conscious.
No.
We see that at a funeral. What happened? They stopped breathing.
Yeah. If you're not breathing, you can't do anything. You're not even
Can't
here.
do anything. Not even here. Now, the physical body, it cannot live by itself. But the consciousness don't need a body in order to live. That's why they usually say it's the breath that connects the mind and the body.
Yeah. Because when you come out of the womb, the first thing you take is the breath. I used to think that was the first breath of illusion.
Here we go. Now this gets good now. So since we're talking about this breath, this means everything on the breath of your journey. We can use the word prana, chi. Well, no matter what word you use, life force, energy. That's what's in the air. This is good now. You breathe it with your whole body. Even your skin is an organ. That's the way you got to look at it.
That's the biggest organ.
The biggest organ. And work with it until it becomes fully conscious. Or did we say this? Fully conscious instead of going unconscious. Fully conscious.
That the skin breathes. It's so, like, even when people eat, whatever they eat, you can see it escaping from their skin. You can tell. If somebody eats meat, I can tell on their skin. Because, you know, the skin has, you know, it's breathing. So whatever that comes out of your skin is what you put in.
This is where it gets good, what I said today. And I've been teaching this. All food don't mean nothing on this journey. Now, why do we say this? Because I scientifically this. They have aches and pains, and I don't care what diet they in. But when I led them and aligned them with the light, that's when the pain disappeared. It's the light. It ain't showing the glory with nobody. See, all food is just an acquired habit.
Yeah.
That's why you got to really connect. When we say the light, we mean the breath, the word, the Holy Spirit. All that's the same thing.
That's the same thing. That's
what's animating the vessel. That's if anything you got to know, not believe. If anything you got to know it. Once you know it, that changes the ball game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
did we
about
say this?
believing her.
It ain't about believing.
No, I believe
Believing is
that.
for kids. That's for kids.
I like how you talk
Ah,
about, you know, when you're talking about the light. And as well, I remember just seeing something that you put up about the fire, because you're near the fire right now, you know,
right.
and having that fire be like hitting a reset button, like fire is so cleansing. And when
Yep.
you were teaching us in our last retreat, you told us about the initiates of the flame and to keep that flame burning, you know?
Right. Here we go. That's what's cleansing you. Oh man, the breath cleanses you. Why? Because it stimulates your different systems in the body. What's that one called? See, I've been talking so much, but it detoxifies you. All of this stuff, it does so much. But that's God's breath, and you breathe every day and every night. And He don't care what you do, but you better recognize and be aware that it's there. That when you really learn how to wield it. See, at first I'm talking on many different levels here. When you really learn how to wield it and use it, that's the thing that's going to sustain you. But you're basically surrendering to it. Not in a foolish way, gradually and slowly, so the vibration of the physical body can catch up with your thinking.
That's a good one.
The vibration of the physical body so it can catch up with your thinking. That's why people can't really do New Year's resolutions, keep them. You have a good thought here, but you didn't stick into it long enough so the body, or it can manifest.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing. You're grabbing this thought, putting it to use, working with it until your physical body catches up. Because you don't know what you're trying to do. See, if you've been eating for decades, that means you've been doing a habit that program is in the body for decades.
Yeah.
That's a long time, huh? Depending on how old you are. Strong habit. That's all it is. But it is a habit that can be changed, transformed, until you get to love the light. See, you don't love the light fully yet. I know we say it because we got to talk politically correct. But that's why we keep running back to stress. You know, that tension, that other feeling, so you can feel yourself. Because it felt like you was losing yourself. Or did I say this? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You was too light. You felt you was losing yourself. Who am I going to be then? Would I still be Ellie Tom? Nope. Now something ain't just a vessel. Whoa.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. But gradually and slowly, you will grow when you stay on the path. See, it ain't like nothing's going to happen. It's sort of like I was talking to a friend and she said sometimes she'll be counseling people. And they'll say, I don't know how I got this fat and I don't really eat much. But then I had a friend one time, you know, it might sound mean because his girlfriend said, you know, I don't eat much. You know, he told her to order something. He said, there's no way in the world you would have got that big by not eating nothing. You know what I mean? So it's the same way working with the light. There's no way in the world you're going to be on this journey working with the light and you're not going to transform. If you need any confidence booster. Somebody tried to try me one time. I've been practicing yoga and qigong every day for 3 years. Why do I still feel and do this? I said, you lying to me right there. There's no way in the world you did yoga and qigong combined every day for 3 years and you asking some baby question like that. Go sit down. It speaks for itself. Nobody lie to you. I know how powerful the light is. They lying on the light.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's a habit. You change the habit and you become that habit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you become the habit.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's how you transform. Yeah. Keep working with it. Don't give up.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you're weak. I know we try to talk tough at first. I always see these tough boys and tough girls coming on the scene. You see these videos coming out and start out good, then pretty soon they disappear.
You know, it's what you said, because after all the retreats that we had together, and you kept telling people over and over and over, and it started to finally sink in when I had the experience of just being awake, you know?
Yep.
While everyone else was sleeping, I was awake, and it was like, oh, you know, and Ellie and I, it hit me. It was like Ellie Tom kept telling us, like, you
Right.
might like it, you know? Just letting
Right.
people understand, okay, when the light is really streaming through the vessel and you have all that energy, because you know a lot of people are like, oh, I need more energy. Why can't I have more energy? But once you get more energy, you might not
Right.
like it, you know?
You might not
It
like
might
it.
be uncomfortable.
Here we go. And you felt that. Jerome was like wide open, eyes wide open the next day. And I was just telling some people, I said, okay, I got this interview coming up with Kamilla. I said, I got to give her some play because she's been consistent. Right. I like people who stay in the game consistent. That's all you could do.
Yeah.
You working with the
This is,
light.
yeah, this is, I don't see as I'm doing something. It's just I'm being, you know?
You being,
Yeah,
right.
it's part of the being. And
She's showing up.
yeah,
They say it's a fixed fight, but at least show up.
yeah. Everything we do is a habit anyway.
Right. So
Yeah,
I like
everything we
people
do
who
is a
stay
habit.
consistent.
Yeah.
You stay consistent, there's going to constantly be changes.
Yeah.
But when you give up too early, oh man, that's something else. That means you had other intentions. Thought it was something else. But this ain't no game. This that not only is transforming you, that's how you transform the world. You transforming the whole world. Oh, did I say this? That's powerful, ain't it?
Yeah.
Straight up doing it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Change you, you change the world, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Oh man.
you. But people like to work from outside. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change the system. I'm gonna change the government. No, change you.
Change
yourself. Yeah.
Now this is good. We sitting here in wonderful Africa. All the stars is out at night. You can see it's nighttime here.
Yeah. We have 10 minutes. I can let you go. But if anybody have any questions, please go ahead. Show us the firework.
One more.
Or the fireplace.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they got the coals.
Let me see if I can get. So when you were talking about you change yourself, you change the whole world. Traveling and trekking, you know, across Africa with Chris and Beata. What have you noticed in your companions? What have you noticed with Chris and Beata? Like, what changes have you noticed in them since the beginning?
Oh man, they've been transforming since day one. Where do I begin? If I start right now, everybody will fall asleep on here because I'll be going on for hours. This is wild, ain't it? This is wild. Because that's another aspect of myself. We all transforming. Day after day, skin transforming, speech is transforming, their minds is transforming. And just keep in mind, not only I was out in that altercation fighting, these two women was out there. You know they got transformed. Right. And bold. Still hearing it. Right. Everybody transformed. Matter of fact, they're going to be a force to reckon with whenever they get back to the U.S.
Yeah.
Or wherever they go out in the world. Right.
When they put their foot in Africa.
Right. Just by being here.
Yeah.
They're forced to be reckoned with. Their life force coming off of them now. They went back to society now. Everybody be turning heads. They don't even know it because we out here in the fire, the woods. You know, they know it, but they don't know it. No, they know it. Oh man, if we working with the energy every day, what you think is happening? Who they hanging with? What you think is This is a non-stop retreat. What you think is happening?
Yes, indeed.
It speaks for itself. Oh man. Yeah, they tough. Like I tell them, some people they used to talk to, they ain't gonna be able to talk to them the same way. Nah, it's over with. Oh man. But see,
I have a question here.
All right.
So is it necessarily to block energies of others to enter for total self-development? Someone asked.
Nope.
Do you have to block other people's? Okay.
Now this is the real deal right here. There's 3 integrations on the path. The first is mind-body connection. We've been talking that. That's the easy part for everybody. Okay, I'm holistic. I'm in my body. You know, you're doing little jumping jacks. Now, all right. Then the second one is other people, but we'll come back to that. And then the one is you create your reality. That's an easy one too, because like when everything's going good, you can say, yeah, I'm creating it. But when your reality go bad, don't you blame other people? You know what I'm saying? Somebody messed it up for me. So going back to number 2. Now, if you sitting up there and the breath is God's breath, okay, we all shaking our head, preach, go ahead and say it. But that other person's breathing God's breath too. Listen at this now. So the second part of dealing with other people is the hardest. To really know that everybody else is God. They're you. I mean, really mean it. I don't care who it is. So blocking yourself from other people, there's a day you're going to stop blocking and go ahead and work with it. So you can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say this? That's just a weaker aspect of yourself. The person is acting up, but you got to let that piece grow too.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Other than that, we back into that. You know, I hear people all the time. Some people ain't got souls, and some people is demons in disguise. As you know, we want to play that mythical game. You know, somebody's after you and all this stuff. But when you break that frequency, that mode of thought, things begin to change the other way. We're in a city right now where it's like we're in Mayberry. You know, on TV, Mayberry, everybody's nice. Everywhere we go, people waving, talking. This right here in Africa. Ceres is the city. We say this is unbelievable. We know already. We like celebrities. They don't even know the full journey we on. Yeah.
But everything is energy, right? So
Everything
it's not just
energy.
people. Anything, just a rock right next to you can have an energy that, you know, so you need to just work with your energy. And, you know, and that's how I see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Work with yours. That's the number one requirement. But like we said, other people around you, communication means everything. Learn how to communicate properly. And it goes way beyond just talking too.
Yeah.
It's everything. That's you. It's only
I
one.
have my way when it comes to
it's
energy.
only one consciousness. Now we say these things, but you got to work with it till you know it's a reality. These little concepts, as I keep throwing with them, keep working with it until you know it, and it changes the ball game. Now look how I said that word, know it, not believe it. Not believe
know it.
you get your.
I need to
you
change
got to know it.
the word believe.
Yeah, it got lie in it.
Yeah.
The word belief got lie in it. That's serious.
That's true. And it is, I find actually lie in all beliefs.
Yeah.
Mostly lie.
There we go. There we go. Anything you can live without is a belief. Or did we say this?
Yeah.
Well, I believe this and this and this. Well, can you live without it? Well, yep. Well, that's what the blockage right there.
Yeah. You think you can't live without it. Yeah, when it comes to energy and people, you know, if you can just judge to the energy, I feel like if I'm going to a place with a lot of people, I normally calculate how much energy I have. And I say, okay, I'm going to use 3 hours in that area, you know, and you can.
Really? What, do you take out a calculator and start calculating? I mean, you going that far?
I'm like, my energy right there, my energy right there. Yeah. Otherwise, but it's a certain energy, right? There is a group that holds certain, and then
well, you need to come to Africa with us and hang with this posse and see what happens.
Yeah, I need to come down to Africa. Maybe I will join you guys when you're in the middle. Yeah.
You won't have time to calculate sometime. Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is when you gonna grow. Now that's cool though. I know what y'all saying though. But yeah, this is the real work, working with other people, because it is you. Oh man. Here we go now. Oh man. So this is good once again. Now right now it's getting a little windy with the fire's still doing pretty good.
We are done here anyway. Say hello to Bianca and what's the other friend's name?
Christina.
Yeah.
Here they go. Hi. If y'all can see them.
Hey.
Look at them on the ground. On the ground, you ain't gonna be able to tell them nothing. Did they change?
Right. And you guys are outside, right? So no lions, hyenas, nothing, right?
Nothing like that. We're just saying in this area we at now, we ain't see no animals around,
Yeah.
you know, like that, running around. Now, I did see the biggest baboon I've seen in my life not too long
The
ago.
baboon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm live. He wasn't even far away. I mean, it was like a person. As big as a person, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I've
man.
seen those baboos. What do you guys call them?
But they was just looking for, they was looking for food,
Mhm.
something we didn't have. So we was all good.
Yeah. That's what I have seen too when I was in Africa in 2005.
Oh,
This was,
yeah.
yeah. I saw so many of them. They had their babies on the back, and some of them had it in here, you know? Yeah.
Right.
They live a whole life out there.
Had their families.
Yeah.
It is good to see have experiences like that with other sentient beings. If they getting along with their families, you got yours.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah.
good to see them in, they wasn't in a cage,
Yeah.
locked up somewhere. Now that's foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
In the Western, actually, they cage all the animals. That's one thing in Africa. You know,
Right.
they cage the human beings more than the animals. Like,
And we about to go up to Botswana, the country of Botswana. That's like one giant safari. So, yeah, we're going to see all types of stuff.
yeah,
But it's good. You can coexist with other beings.
absolutely. Even
Oh,
with
man, this is good.
yeah.
So once again, keep up the good work, stay on the journey. And like I said, you keep working with the light, it's going to keep transforming you. Just don't give up.
Thank you, everyone who came on this live. Thank you so much, Ellie Tom, and
Voila, la, la, la.
thank you, Jerome.
And I know Jerome coming to Africa. I can see the look on his face. He plotting out.
You read my mind.
Yep.
We coming there.
This is good. So
All
once
right.
again, keep up the good work. Peace and blessings.
Thank you. You have a good night. Bye.
La, la, la.